The 10 Commandments of Teaching Phonics.
Part 2.
Hello, you're welcome once again. Thank you very much. Today we are going to continue from where we stopped. We are still looking at the contemporary 10 commandments of teaching phonics. This is part 2, of which in the previous video we saw how we can teach phonics. There are some 10 rules that we need to follow when we are teaching phonics, of which we saw 5 of them. Today we are going to look at the 5 remaining, of which we shall start from number 6. When teaching phonics, there are 10 commandments that we are supposed to follow, of which the 6th one says, sounds in order. Sounds must be taught in order. When you are teaching set 1 sound, make sure you teach set 1 sounds in order. When you are teaching set 2 sounds, make sure you teach set 2 sounds in order. When you are teaching set 3 sounds, make sure you teach set 3 sounds in order. You cannot start teaching from set 2 sound or from set 3 sound, but you need to start from set 1 sound. After completing, you go to set 2 sounds. After completing, you go to set 3 sound. Now, in set 1 sound, we have the first sound is this. Is this. The second sound is this. The third sound is. The first sound is. The fifth sound is. Now, this one is saying sounds must be taught in order. These are some of the sounds in set 1. When they say that sounds must be taught in order, that means these sounds, when you have taught this sound, you should not skip here. You should or here. This one must be taught because the moment you skip this one, so forming word from this sound will be something which is very difficult for the child because of this. And then make sure when you're teaching also the sound, make sure you don't forget. For example, here we have the sound This is and this one is this one is a, this one is this one is this one is da, and then this one is. So when you're teaching, make sure you teach this sound, and then this one follows, and this one follows, and this one follows, and this one follows. Just like that. Don't skip any sound when you're teaching phonics. Because from here, a child, when you have taught this one, so a child can now join this and then and this one now becomes that is it. When we come here again, this one so you have taught this this this. Now you are in this. So this that you have taught the child, from the sounds learned, the child will be able to bring those sounds learned and then form a word with the sound which is being learned at that time. For example, let me assume that today we are learning this one. So this, the child will start reflecting the sounds that he or she has been taught. Like for example, the child may bring this so the child will say as. So as. The next one here, the child may say ma. must, must. Or the child may also say son, son. That is how the child can learn. So make sure when you are teaching the sounds, make sure you follow the sounds in order. Don't skip, don't jump around. Sounds must be taught in order. Number 7 is saying select words for reading and writing carefully. Normally, when teachers of reading are selecting the word for reading and for a lesson, like let me say you are teaching a certain sound, like let me say you are teaching this last sound, this last sound. Now, when you're teaching this last sound, make sure the words that you will select out of this sound must be having only the sound learned. On the sound learned. Any sound that comes after must not be included in this class. That is why we are saying that select words for reading and writing carefully. Like let us put example under this sound, the word that we can include from here is this one. We have mat. Mat can enter here. We have sat. Sat can also enter here and many others. Now, what are those words? What are those words that cannot enter here? Like for example, let me say the word rat. This word rat, if you have to see, we have r, a, but from the previous lessons, you have not yet taught the sound r, meaning that this one must not be included in this sound when you are teaching phonics. That is why the 7th commandment says select words for reading and writing carefully. Only sounds that have been taught should be included in the words that you are selecting. That is number 7. We go to number 8. Number 8, we go to number 8. Number 8 is saying revisions should be done shortly. This means that when you're doing revision, make sure you do revision only on those sounds that are also being learned. Number 9 is saying that do not move to the next sound until children are confident in saying the taught sounds. You may find a teacher teaching children because the teacher is minding about the time. The teacher may say that this one is like this. These are the sounds. Let us assume that the teacher has taught this and this one. The teacher is still here. Now, the teacher is finding children are not understanding this one. So the teacher will come here. The teacher will start teaching this sound, yet children have not yet understood this one. Make sure you don't come here before your children have understood this one. Make sure they first understand this one, then start proceeding with other sounds. When you come here, yet your children have not yet understood this one, they are not yet confident enough to say this one, then you will be wasting your time here because they will come across a word with this sound, of which this sound will affect this sound. Because when they are writing words, like for example, this one may be like this. If your child is supposed to read this one, your child will not be able to read this because you did not teach this one correctly or very well. Make sure you teach your children properly. Let them first understand or let them first be able to say a sound before going to the next sound. You can also test them whether they have already understood or not. That is number 9. The last one, to crown it all, we are going to number 10. Number 10. Number 10 is saying, do not move from set 1 sound to set 2 sound before children can read variety of words under set 1 sound. So it's saying, to crown it all, we are coming here. Number 10, the 10th commandment is saying, do not move from set 1 sounds to set 2 until children can read variety of words in set 1. This one is saying that when you're teaching children set 1 sound, make sure they first understand set 1 sounds very well, and they are able to read and write words under set 1 sounds. They are able to read and write many words under set 1 sounds. Then, when they are able to do that one, then you can go to the next sound, and that is set 2 sounds. The same with set 2. Don't skip to set 3 if your children cannot yet read set 1 sounds very well, or cannot yet read set 2 sounds very well. Make sure they first read set 1 sound very well, and then set 2 sounds very well. Then you go to set 3. So that is how we can teach our children. And these are the contemporary 10 commandments of teaching phonics to our children. So when you follow these steps, I would like to tell you that you will come back here and testify. This is what is supposed to be used when we are teaching phonics. Phonics needs creativity, and all these things that you see, they are all creativity. That means that we need to be creative, we as teachers of reading. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Ubuntu channel. May God bless you.